Good morning, Cyber friends. It's Mitty Man coming back at you again with Walker's Music. Yet another word for the day. Saturday morning edition. It's about 8:05. Cold and wet outside, people, but we thank God. We give Him the praise, and we give Him all the glory for life, health, and strength for it, whether it is. How many of you know that God gives us grace? Yes, friends. God gives us grace to go on our daily activities. Because believe it or not, there are times when this old body, I know I can speak for myself, this old body don't want to move this morning, but nevertheless we got to go out and do what thus says the Lord. We got a job to do. We got to go out and choir rehearsal this morning, and it'll be filled up. My mornings are filled up with rehearsals today. And I got a couple of other things that I got to go and undertake, but nevertheless God gives us grace. And I just wanted to say, I was thinking about that last night, and I did the Black History video, and I am going to do something for Black History. I haven't got it all together yet, but I will. Perhaps maybe in the next week, I'm going to be doing a little special thing for Black History in honor of Black History Month. But I just want to say, people, that a lot of times we go through things, and I know everybody have issues. Everybody have to deal with certain things in life, and people don't feel the same way always. And I don't know who I'm talking to this morning other than myself. But if anybody else can fit this mold, let me tell you that God gives you the grace to deal with your everyday life. Live one day at a time. That's what I found out. If we live one day at a time, we will not be up under a lot of the pressures that we put ourselves under. And then a lot of times we let other people, the way they act and the way they do, we let them get us under stress. Don't stress out over people. Mitty Man gonna tell you that. Please do not stress out because of people. Now I know you said, Mitty Man, what are you talking about? Now you got to be crazy. People be doing this to you, people be doing that, and people say this. Well, let me tell you something. People going to do it regardless of whether you stress out over it or not. People going to talk about you. People going to treat you like dirt sometimes, even when you haven't done anything to them. That's just the way it is. Satan is busy stirring up wrath, throwing rocks, gathering stones, blocking your path. He doing it all. In other words, it's just like the people say that you say you haven't eaten anything, but I see the crumbs all around your mouth. In other words, let me tell you something, people. Jesus said, "You shall know the tree by the fruit." Now, in other words, now come on, just come on, get real, people. You don't have to go to Colgate University to figure out something. Neither do you have to be a graduate from Harvard University to see things that are plain as day. God do not have to write things in the sky for you to understand something. Now, believe it or not, Jesus said a tree is known by its fruit. Now, he's just not talking about a banana tree or an orange tree or apple tree. No, he's talking about just look at the things that comes out of a person. Look at the hang-ups. Now, like I said, people have issues. Don't judge people too fast. But you look at the fruit. Now, what I mean by that, a person could be having a bad day. Now, Mitty Man, what are you talking about? I'm just going to take my time for a few minutes. I got a few minutes before I get out of here. A person could be having a bad day. And you're saying, Mitty Man, what you talking about? Well, every day is not diamond. Some days are diamond, some days are stone. In other words, some days the sun shines, some days, like today, we have rain. A person could be going through something they dealing with, they trying to deal with it alone. In other words, they have not sought the Lord for the help that they need. They are trying to deal with it on their own. We all have been there. We all have been there. And where we start leaning on our own understanding, then that's when we start hurting people's feelings. We start telling folks off, cussing folks out sometimes, even though, yes, I said cussing folks out because I ain't no sense you sitting there getting religious on me. Because everyone, you have not arrived yet, and I have not arrived yet. We only live by the grace of God. Now, what I'm saying, a person dealing with a whole lot, under a lot of stress or pressure, lost a loved one, whatever it might be, just lost a job, catching hell on the job, or catching hell from family members. You never know what might be going on with a person like that will cause them to maybe behave in a certain way. It's not that they have anything personal against you. You just close. You are close to them to vent. A lot of times people be venting. They don't really mean nothing towards you. But now you watch that. Now, if that thing continues, if there's a continuing of that same sort of attitude with you, then maybe now you need to learn. That's when I think you should apply the principle. You know the tree by the fruit. Now, what I mean, Jesus said, "Do unto others as you would have them do unto you." I struggled with that for a long time. I struggled with that because it seemed like I said, maybe the law got that one wrong. Yeah, I said that. I said, maybe the law got that one wrong because look like the more I treated people the best I knew how, I thought I was doing pretty good. Look like the worse they were treating me. And then I said, wait a minute, there's something wrong with this picture here. But guess what? It didn't get better. Looked like the more I treated people right, the more some people treated me like dirt. So therefore, that's the whole idea behind it. Excuse me a second while I answer this phone. Sorry about that, cyber friend, but I had to answer my phone call early this morning about church. But nevertheless, and when I get pulled away like that, and you lose your train of thought, but as I was saying, we have to deal. And I had a problem with the statement Jesus made by doing to others as you would have them to do unto you. In essence, what I'm saying is, regardless to what we do and how we try to act and how we try to follow Christ, to do what we call the golden rule, do unto others, there's still going to be somebody not going to do unto you. If you're looking for that to happen 100% flawlessly, that everybody's going to treat you the way you treat them, you can forget it. You can just forget that. But Jesus was giving us a principle that we should live by. As a born-again believer, we should do that. Regardless of how people act with you, you do not retaliate. You always do good. And that's the whole key. Do good. And the Bible is full of statements saying about the righteous shall inherit the earth. What happens to the righteous when you continue to do what's right? Blessings and prosperity and the whole 9 yards. The Psalms is full of it. The righteous shall inherit. The righteous shall shine. The righteous is going to win, people. And that is the good news. And this morning, God will give you grace. When people get to treating you bad, when people get to acting funny, just let them go on and do what they got to do. Leave them alone and just put them in the hands of the Lord. And then after they come to grips with themselves, then maybe you can grip them. But until then, ain't no sense of fussing, arguing, and fighting, and cussing, and carrying on over nobody that's acting stupid. Because then, if you start doing that, then you're going to be acting stupid with them. So, too stupid don't make no one wise person. Somebody got to have some sense. In other words, this is Middy Man saying, whatever you get into, if God is not in it, please come on out of it. This is Middy Man saying peace. See you tomorrow.